Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Deepika Verma. So in today's video I am going to discuss about the age of Chaucer. So in my previous video I discussed about Anglo-Saxon age that starts from 450 and ended in 1066 with the Norman conquest. So before starting the age of Chaucer, let's discuss the Middle English period. So Middle English period started in 1066 and ended in 1500. So Middle English period is divided into two parts. First part is Anglo-Norman age that starts in 1066 with the Norman conquest and ended in 1340. And the second period is age of Chaucer that started in 1340 and ended in 1400. And this age is called age of Chaucer because Chaucer was a great poet and he dominated this period. That's why this period is called the age of Chaucer. So the age of Chaucer covers the period from 1340 to 1400 and it is the first significant period in the literary history of English literature. So Chaucer's age was a period of transition and turbulence, like people were facing social, political and religious challenges. And this age is also called a meeting ground of two divergent periods, like the old period and the new period, as the Middle Ages were not totally completely finished, but modernity started appearing. That's why this age is called the meeting ground of two divergent periods. And this age is also famous for historical events or most important events. And the first important event was the crucial 100 Years' War that was fought between England and France, and that lasts from 1337 to 1453. And this war awakened the feeling of nationalism and patriotism, and this gave a feeling of national pride and self-respect to the people of England. And if we talk about other important event, then it was Black Death. So Black Death was the second most important event of this period, and it is called as bubonic plague. And it was one of the most devastating pandemic in human history. Like in today's life we are facing COVID-19 or coronavirus. Likewise the Black Death was that spread across Europe in 1347 and killed more than 4 million people. You can imagine 4 million people. So 4 billion people were killed in England, in all over Europe, and especially in England. England was much affected of this Black Death. And in the year 1348 to 1349 it came in England, and it killed more than 1/3 of entire population of England. And it reappeared in 1362 and then 1367 and then in 1370. And after this Black Death the feudal system collapsed, which was very strong earlier. Like there were many aristocratic families, and they collapsed at once as the workers who survived this epidemic started demanding more wages. They demand more wages, and they benefited through increased wages or increased employment options and higher wages. So it is estimated that 40% of England's priests died in this epidemic, and this declined the church power. Later it influenced English Reformation also, as there were 40% priests died, and there were shortage of priests in the church, and that declined the church power. And so the third important event of this period was the Peasants Revolt. Peasants Revolt was third important period of this age, and that occurred in 1381, and this was led by Wat Tyler. And so it's all about the important events of this age. Now let's discuss some other important points of this age. So this period is also known for the beginning of a new language or literature. And the East Midland speech became the language of the capital city and the universities. You know what is the East Midland speech, which Chaucer selected for his works. So Chaucer selected East Midland speech for his other works, and he standardized the status of English. So the French language lost its official prestige, and English became the speech not only of the common people but of courts and parliaments as well. And in the year 1362, English became the language of law and the courts. And in the 14th century, reformation of English church began under the leadership of John Wycliffe. And he translated the Holy Bible into from Latin into Middle English. And that bring the Reformation, that started the Reformation. So let's talk about the prominent poets of this period and their major works. So the first poet of this age, first important poet of this age was Geoffrey Chaucer. So Geoffrey Chaucer was the one who is the great poet of this era and who dominated this age, and his magnum opus is Canterbury Tales. Everybody know that what is Canterbury Tales, and Canterbury Tales is masterpiece and world class. So second important writer or poet is William Langland. He is famous for his Piers Plowman. And third important writer is John Gower, who is famous for his book Confessio Amantis. And if we talk about important prose writers of Chaucer's age, then first one is John Wycliffe, and he is called the father of English prose, and he translated the Bible into English from Latin. So first of all, Bible was written in Latin, and John Wycliffe translated the Bible into English from Latin. So important prose writer is John Mandeville. John Mandeville wrote the Travels of Sir John Mandeville, and he was the first prose writer who wrote his works on travelogue. And third important prose writer of this age was Chaucer. As we know that in Canterbury Tales he wrote two tales in prose. The first tale he wrote in prose was the Tale of Maliby, and second one is the Parson's Tale. So besides these two prose tales, Chaucer also wrote a work in prose, that is a treatise on the astrolabe. So it's all about the Chaucer's age and how Chaucer dominated this period. I discussed how Chaucer dominated this period, and I talked about the Chaucer's age. And in my next video I will discuss about the Chaucer's biography or about Chaucer. So thanks for watching this video, and stay tuned and stay updated in my video, and subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that you can get every notifications of my videos, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks to everyone.